have voiced over 1,500 characters. If you could spend the day and live in the world of one of your characters, who would you pick and why?
Oh, gosh. Well, I've never been to St. Canard, where Darkwing Duck lives, but it looks like a pretty nice place.
Okay, nice.
And I understand it's not too far from the 100-acre wood. So that would be nice, too.
And I assume you get some honey along the way?
Oh, most definitely. But tigers do not like honey. It's icky sticky. Oof, terrible.
And what brings you to Comic-Con this year?
We drove.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, we drove. It wasn't that far.
At least your arms aren't tired from flying now.
That's true. No, it's I haven't been in a while. And so it's kind of fun, I've said it before, people like me, we make our living in rooms talking to each other and this and that, and you never get to see these people, to see all the fans. So it's great. It's really a lot of fun. And, a lot of people come and the little ones, their eyes get big when they hear Winnie the Pooh, and it's fun.
What does that mean to you to be the voice of so many iconic characters from, young children to adults who have grown up with these characters?
Well, I don't take myself seriously, but I take my work seriously because, I'm the caretaker of bringing traditions forward, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, and it's very beloved characters. They started before I was born, and so I feel like I'm the standard bearer, and I'm bringing that forward to new generations, and I'm very privileged and I'm honored.
And then that you have a panel here at Comic-Con. How's that feel to be part of a panel?
Oh, those are fun. People, I always get a kick out of, somebody come up and go, they'll be dying to do their impression of Winnie the Pooh or this or that. And, and it's just so sweet because, hi, I'm Winnie the Pooh. Oh, give me some honey. And I go, that's amazing. How do you do that? It's uncanny. But, it's just sweet. Yeah.
Have you had any unique fan interactions this year at Comic-Con yet?
So far, so good. And by unique, there's a big, that could go, ooh, you never know. But so far, so good. Nice. Yeah, unique is fun, but a lot of people kind of tear up and get sentimental over Winnie the Pooh, and that's, interestingly enough, that's not unique, but it's fun. It's rewarding, yeah.
They're characters that hold a special place in people's hearts, and that's such a unique thing to be part of. What has been the more interesting item for you to autograph or request for somebody wanting a photo or anything like that?
Oh, gosh. Well, always I've had to refuse a few body parts. I said, no, I won't be able to sign that. Please cover that up. That's out there. But, I've been doing conventions for a while now, and every now and then someone will say, well, can you sign like right here? And I go, are you sure? And I go, because not knowing, I think, well, okay, well, it's going to wear off. And, next day, they'll come the next day and it's a tattoo. And I go, what did you do? How can you do that? Don't do that. If my mom were here, she'd yell at you. And I don't think that's an odd one. That's the only one that I said, so you're positive? Are you sure? Anyway, yeah.
You've had a lasting impact on them in more ways than one.
Well, yes. Yeah, and I was thinking, well, what if your husband doesn't like me? That's because it's usually women.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
What do you
don't want me to sign anything, right?
No, you're good.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay, I feel better.
It's okay. What is it like seeing people dressed up as the characters you voice? Because, there's lots of cosplay at conventions. Or have there also been any cosplays that stood out to you or, were more impressive than another one? Because getting a cartoon character as a real-life figure is a little difficult.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's there's a lot of cosplayers, a lot of Winnie the Poohs, a lot of occasional Hondo Ohnakas, which they really have to work on because Hondo's a really cool guy, not the best looking guy in the world, but he is a Weequay. He's not from around here. He's far out of town, and so I appreciate the effort, and then some of them are just kind of sorry but sad. And it's like, no, you don't look like Winnie the Pooh, George. So what are you going to do?
Speaking of not looking like the original, I am a little bit curious. What is your opinion on the new iteration of taking characters and taking them in a more darker horror aspect?
Shame on them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's terrible. Stop that. How about that? Yeah.
It is a interesting perspective under creative license.
Yeah. Well, somebody always likes to put something in the punch bowl at a party.
There you go. Okay.
So.
Then you have your panel, Disney villains. What is that like for you going from, beloved sweet characters to playing a villain? Sometimes people say that's a little more fun or more creative. What is that experience like for you?
Well, it's just, it's part of the wheel. The wheel spins around, and sometimes you're a good guy and sometimes you're a bad guy. And I have both on my podcast. Did I mention my podcast?
Not yet, but we're going to get there.
Why, how incredible that I almost didn't. Yeah, Toon'd In with Jim Cummings, TOONDIN with Jim Cummings. Producer Chris is actually in the building. As we speak, he's sitting right there. And here, aim your microphone at him.
Well, yell. Yell over.
That was him. That was him. That was him chuckling. Yeah. They're probably getting chills out there now. Yeah, but like and subscribe, please do. No, we have a lot of my buddies, a lot of people that I've worked with, a lot of famous faces and a lot of famous voices, and we have a ball. So I hope you really do like it. We work really hard on it and very proud of it. We're in the top 1 usually. Okay, maybe top 10.
It's all right.
Fine, but yeah, who knew?
Yeah, people are very interested on the behind the scenes process. Yeah. Is there a certain goal that you had in mind when you were getting this podcast going?
Well, it's just partially to, give a platform for a lot of my fellow voice actors. They're off camera, they're not on camera. And it's kind of nice. And every one of them has an interesting story and tons of interesting stories each. And it's just fun to get them out there. And I had no idea it would be this well received, but it is. And I'm very grateful. And we thank you very much for it. And I can't wait for the next one.
I would say, are there any fun behind the scenes stories you haven't told yet? But I feel that's great with the go listen to the podcast.
What she said.
Awesome. And then is there anything you would like to tell the fans?
Stay sweet as honey. And in the meantime, bounce on down to the San Diego Comical Con down here in San Diego's. Anyway, it's in Lower California, right above Mexico. You can't miss it. It's in a big building. Come on down. We'll do some bouncing. And it'll be sweet as honey.
Wonderful. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you very much.